All right. Good morning, YouTube. It's Greg Everett here, Catalyst Athletics. We are going to do another commentary video. We got Danielle here doing snatch push press and probably an overhead squat at the end, 55 kilos. Before I forget, if you guys want to get a download of the American Weightlifting movie, I'll put a link on this video right about here. Use the code YouTube617 and you'll get that thing for $6.99. It's pretty ridiculously cheap, so you can check that out if you haven't seen it already, which would be weird. Tamara here, power clean, probably a power jerk to follow. Looks like 95 kilos maybe from here. I don't know if she has some other small change in there, but it's at least 95. Pretty damn easy. I think her best power clean and jerk is something around 106, 107. Blake here, 69 kilo lifter, 126 jerk. Very good jerker. I think this day he was trying to make a record at 141 and tried it about 5 times and just couldn't quite make it, even though it was right there, and eventually got that. The snatch push press overhead squat, really like the exercise kind of early on in training cycles to start kind of getting that foundation of upper back and upper body strength in the snatch. Throwing an overhead squat at the end is kind of just a nice touch, because that's exactly what you want to do after you just did 5 snatch push presses. Kind of wears you out a little bit, and then you really got to fight to maintain that stability in the bottom of the squat. And then as you kind of progress through a cycle, you can reduce the number of push presses. Maybe you go 3 plus 1, 3 plus 2 even, and eventually down to just overhead squats, or start shifting into more like snatch balances, things like that. So the push press overhead squat is just a good kind of basic exercise to get that foundation built. Looks like that was 135. Jess here, a little sloppy on that clean. She has a tendency to kind of drop out from under the bar a little bit. She'll pull the shit out of it. She'll pull that thing to her chin, and then she'll race down into the bottom of the squat, when of course the bar is well above that height, so it will come crashing down on her shoulders, and that makes it much more difficult to stand up. So one of the really key kind of technical elements of a good clean is meeting the bar well. So in other words, when you pull under, you're pulling under directly to the bar and you're driving your shoulders up into it, rather than just pulling the bar up and then you indiscriminately jumping down into a squat. See how well she does here. Looks like this is what is that, 68 maybe? Pretty good. That's getting towards her top. Actually, I think that's probably 67. Those look like 2s on the inside. She does some weird loading practices. Makes it very confusing for the rest of us. Blake here again. I can't tell what that is, if it's 138. Those white plates make it hard for me to see. Jess again. And I think that's got to be 69. She's a 2.5 and a 2. There's Mary. Also a really good jerker. She's got perfect jerk arms, relatively short arms, so she's got great leverage. Doesn't have to drive that bar quite as far. Of course, that makes it harder for people to snatch, so there are definitely trade-offs. You can tell if that was 70 or 71 by Jess, but had she met that bar a little more smoothly, a little more strongly, she probably would have stood up out of that no problem. But once you get what amounts to someone just throwing a bar onto your shoulders in the bottom of a squat, that's a pretty tough recovery. This is Blake here. Looks like this is his first attempt at 141. Again, he's a 69 kilo lifter, so this is a little over double body weight. We had some guy on YouTube comment that Blake looked really tall in the videos and that he should be a 77. But I can assure you that he is not really tall. So I think we're going to go ahead and keep him at 69, but thank you for your suggestion. Jess here, some clean deadlifts. She was really struggling that day. Couldn't quite make that 3rd rep. She'd been doing some traveling and things like that, and I think she said something like she had slept in her own bed 2 days out of the month or something, so we'll forgive her for that. Blake here with another 141. I think it's a weird camera angle because I had the camera sitting on a bench and I was holding my phone to try to get the PR video. Mary again from the front. You can see really good drive, really strong overhead position. So she's got those elbows are squeezed in tight. There's no give at all. Her shoulders are locked in together. So that's always what you're looking for, is a totally positive, locked-in position rather than having to constantly fight it. And for those of you who don't have that nice slight hyperextension in the elbows, your life is going to be much more difficult when it comes to jerks. Blake again, just can't quite get that thing. Mary showing him how it's done. So I think Blake got that. The next time he came back and tried to make those jerks, he got it on the first try after missing it 5 times. So some days you have it, some days you don't. All right, guys, go check out the movie American Weightlifting. Like this video, share it, subscribe to our YouTube channel, please. And otherwise, enjoy your day.